we're going to deep dive into Jay Slater case. Mama D didn't leave. I've been watching on the sidelines, and I learned a great deal. Sometimes you have to go incognito and just watch. Look at the bigger picture. What I'm going to share tonight, it's going to, at least, if nothing else, give you a lot to think on. We've got the document coming out that Timmy Duncan Smith, was sharing about Lucy being in the same little Airbnb in Masca as Jay. Okay, we've got the video of Jay wearing a watch that obviously does not fit him in the same video as Brad. We've got all the information that we've ever had, plus I've noticed there's a shite show going on, right? It's a 3-ring circus with Granny and all the little side chicks and kicks, and they're like, look over here, look at me, look at me, look at me, oh Ab, and they're carrying on, and it's a show. But are you buying it, and are you distracted by it? Because that is what it triggered me into understanding everything. I was like, why didn't I see this before? Because I was so close to it. In every case, and now I counted, I'm no longer at 92 cases, I'm at 94 cases. All right. 94 cases, it's always what's said in the very beginning and what happened in the very beginning. When people don't know to lie, they don't know to hide it, they don't know how important it's going to be later. That's what's said holds water. From Idaho 4 to Stephen Avery case to Harmony Montgomery to Summer Wells, let's just get back into Jay Slater. It matters. And in the very beginning, I locked onto something because I'm like, that means something. And I went through a whole bunch of videos trying to nail it down. And I just couldn't quite nail it until it all just kind of like mushed together. And I'm like, Ab and his little crew there, whoever they be, are paid by someone to be a distraction. But it's not the Slater family, because I just know better. Now, let's get into this and why we've been stuck so hard. Yes, it's a live audience. I'm letting my beautiful mods handle everything. I will come up to topside for chat after I get this all out. I've held my tongue. No, I have not sold out, nor would I ever sell out to that documentary in any way. Nor would they want me on that documentary, because I'm a truth speaker. And what I'm about to share for you in this idea is just my own thoughts, my own opinions, but I'm going to share it. I'm going to be very sensitive to not name names, but I'm going to name things that you, if you're familiar with the case, will know exactly who I'm talking about and be able to put this all together. And when you walk away, you know I know this case. So if I'm walking away with this actually satisfied, finally, that I know very close to what happened, very close, then I think you may feel that it's worth considering a possibility. But then again, it's just my opinion. That's this entire show. Okay. Hello, everyone, by the way, and thank you so much, mods. It's going to be a busy night. All right. We've tried to condense the Jay Slater case into Sunday. It does not fly. It does not work, because there was all kinds of innergoings, ongoings, and outgoings. A watch at some point was a discussion. I've always been waiting for one picture of Jay with a watch. I now have a full video. Why is that important? One, it don't fit his little wrist, because it's not his watch. Some links would have to be taken out. Then we have this whole AP was stolen. I don't think Jay made that post. All right, here's how it would work. Follow me. I want you to clear your mind of everything you know at this point until you hear what I have to say, and then go rehash it. It's going to take you a little bit to work through what I'm saying, but it fits in everything from the Airbnb. It fits in the weed clubs. It fits in the beach with Lucy screaming and somebody saying quack, quack. It fits in Lucy's apartment. It fits in the photographs. It fits in why Jay was found without his shirt on. It fits in everything. But it would take somebody, we've all said, in high control. A lot of us have looked at Roman, right? Higher than that. Government? Nope. Back to the VIP, right? Because that was the first thing we heard. So could there be a VIP that would have a reason to feel they needed to keep this away from them? Okay. Let's start this as a walkthrough. Jay had no money, remember? At the very beginning, Jay had no money. Jay had no money. That's why he couldn't get a taxi. He had no money. But yet they found money in his room. So he got money. So he went from not having money to getting money. So Saturday, all kinds of shit got changed up. And there was a big hoo-hoo at the Hard Rock Cafe, and it sounds, rumor has it, that a watch got taken. Okay, let's hypothetically say that Brad, Jay, Brandon, and Lucy, as a group, right? One of them decided to take the watch. Let's just say hypothetically, Jay took the watch. He's the one wearing it. Let's just go there. Okay, so he swipes a watch. Now he's got to have an outlet to get money. Now, that report stated he was on high amounts of cocaine and of ketamine, and that shit ain't free. And if all the rumors, I say all because we've had messages come out about rugs, I would be concerned when my son says, I'm not going to get real effed up that night, or I'm not going to get real out of my head that night. See, that says he's done it before. He's gotten out of control before. He's reassuring mom he's not going to get out of control. But I think Jay does get out of control. And I think he uses a lot of money and fronts money, and he doesn't have it. And I think it's highly possible that Jay snagged a watch. Now, he would need a connection to get rid of said watch, which now this makes a lot more sense why a 36-year-old and his brother, right, his Rocky, are going to be connecting with this little group of friends, because they are bringing them merchandise, and there's always a tag. There's always a thanks for the finder's fee, bro. If you connect the buyer, right, and the seller, you get a little kickback. All right. We've got a little picture there with Ayub and Jay, and they're all like partying it up, all in pink, right? They're heading somewhere. I bet they're off to sell the watch. Where is Ayub gonna take them? Where's Ayub going to take him? Well, he has his choice. He could go to that weed club or that one or that one. Somebody going to buy it. And I think 10 quid and all this stuff comes up later from Ayub, because something is going to happen. Not tonight, on Saturday night when the watch is actually sold. But now Jay's got money. And Jay is out of control. And so he's doing the rugs. He's doing the shit. Okay? That's why mommy's like, he's a good boy, because she knows he can get into the shit. Now, I'm not trying to say that Jay is a bad person. I'm laying out what I think really happened. If this was my own kid, I would be telling you what really happened in my mind. Kids are kids. Sometimes they're little shites. So at this time, Jay thinks he got away with it. And the group's like, damn, he's losing it with doing too much drugs, so they're watching him, and he's like out of control. That's why he's hitting the floor and all this. All right. Now we hear that part. I want it back. I want it effing back. That's the shit about to hit the fan, in my opinion, on Sunday night. And now Jay's off his face and defenseless. The shit hits the fan. All this little Brady bunch, right, gets mucked up in this little Papagayo 2 a.m., 3 a.m. fight. Lucy claims, oh, we had to go because I was tired. Yeah, whatever. They all end up on the beach, right? And Jay is taken because they want their effing money back. Your boy owes me a lot of money. I want 30 quid or whatever. So they're trying to raise it, get them GoFundMe's going. But however, now we have a problem because somebody of high importance bought a watch and this kid was seen going there, and the next thing you know, the next night he's dead over a watch. You're a big watch person. This is a problem because Ayub has just brought him to your door. Ayub's beholden to this fella to make damn sure it didn't come back at his doorstep. Now all these little weed shops are just shut down after Jay's death. So are certain rap people that serve time. Their venues are shut down too, and they don't know why. They have no idea, but they seem to be a real big focus after the Jay Slater thing. So it's kind of like maybe they're like, well, we'll get you a different way if we can't get you this way. So anyway, I don't think they had anything to do with Jay's death. I think they bought the watch. And I think that all of a sudden this person was looking at Ayub going, quack, quack, you better be a decoy and keep me out of this. I don't give a shit how you do it. So that's when the hideout in Masca happens. Jay never makes it to Masca, in my opinion. Everything is staged. But somebody with a lot of money is giving Ayub, I would say, spending cash, in my humble opinion, to come out and do these shit shows and make it all about something else that it ain't nothing about. It all came because whoever took Jay wanted their effing money back, or enough to buy a new watch. And I don't think they planned on giving back this person either. I think when they paid, and I do think that's where money went, it was for the remains to be placed somewhere that they'd be able to find them. And that's when the money got paid, that the tip came out. And that's when all of a sudden everybody seemed to know where Jay's body was, but nobody could find it before because it wasn't there until the money was paid and the remains were released. In the meantime, when the shit hit the fan after the beach, somebody said, let me go get my boy Quack Quack. And then that little Brady Bunch crew and Ayub all headed to Masca to hide the F out because they didn't know what to do. And that could be the 6:30 arrival, the different cars, all the like, ooh. And then they have Jay's phone and they're like, shit, we got to make this look like Jay came here, crashed, and just walked off in the wilderness, and none of us know about this because we can't be talking about stolen watches. We can't be talking about this important person. And if you all cooperate, you'll be heroes because you will have, this person didn't hurt Jay. Somebody else hurt Jay. So why should this person that happened to just buy the watch go down? No, be the hero. Step up to plate. And do a little story of how Jay, you hurt him, he was in a ditch, he was cut by a cactus, whatever you got to say, right? And then also the other friend, you hear him on the path. Then we'll get Phil, right? Our girl Phil back here with Roman. She'll say she saw him. There's nothing anybody can touch you with. And this important person that Jay wanted to meet with all his heart, initials of PP, will forever be thankful to you. And the real ones that took Jay will never know. And what happened how he ended up DOA. We won't know. So I think the clothing had been used as a decoy. I doubt that they were on him. His shirt was off when he left, and Papagayos all went to hell and back. They had police reports about a stolen watch. It wasn't at that moment. That was an Eastern European burly man. I would guess that they are the ones that grabbed Jay. And that's why he had all these GoFundMes trying to pay for this watch debt or whatever. But these kind of people believe it's an eye for an eye. And in a sense, they may have disposed of him right away there and then thrown him later. That is how I feel. I feel the coverage of the Jay Slater case makes a lot more sense when you think of the trolling and the music videos that came out before his actual death, and all this kind of stuff may have been because that watch got stolen on the 15th, and that was saying this shit's about to get real, because these people that the watch was belonging to don't quit. Like the John George family, they go after you. So then you think about, okay, is it possible Jay did make it out to the hangout to hide out with Ayub? Maybe he was hurt. Then did Ophelia get asked by some Eastern burly guy that, Ayub said was her son, an adult son, but 3 adults aren't going to go to the door to ask you to move your car. So it's almost as if Ophelia is bringing guests that are looking for Ayub or looking for Jay to the door to say, this door right here. Could those people have grabbed Jay? That be the ruckus. And then gone. I don't know. But it all boils down to me seeing that watch on Jay and it be way, way too big. And that is not, to me, Sunday. To me, well, it could be Sunday morning, right? I meant not Monday, not the Airbnb. This is not. I feel this is Sunday. And this is after the watch is taken. It could even be Saturday evening. Who knows? But it's right before he sells that watch. And if he was taken by Ayub over to sell the watch, it makes perfect sense, because who's Pink? Who Pink Panther, right? That shall remain nameless. So that is what I have, and that's what I think happened. But I'm coming up. I think the funding is coming from this VIP rapper that is making sure that nothing points towards any of what I said. Just keep it all over here. And I think that explains a lot. I think it was Rach at the rave. I think she's interconnected in this network of, you know what I'm saying. Jennyville, 41 months as a Starlight Seed. God bless you, my beautiful girl. Thank you, Claire Lynn said. Let me get some chats on the board. Look at that. 41 months. How long is that? It's way over 3.5 years. Wow, Jenny. Thank you. Hi, Mariah. Hi, Rach. Hey, Viv. Viv says, and Rach knew they were only getting back one boy. She made sure it was hers that came back. That could be two. They may have had both Brad and Jay. And Brad got released. Right, Claire. You heard today that Lucy was the one who stayed with Jay at the Airbnb. I heard that too on that document. But it all makes sense. Let me go get my boy Quack Quack. Well, why? Because he was the one that helped you sell the watch. And now the kid is like, ugh. And you have that moment on Sunday. I want it back. I want it effing back. At Papagayo's on film, you can clearly hear it. It's the only thing you can clearly hear, right? You see Brad try to do something to Jay's bag, look like getting a phone out, which would mean Brad had Jay's phone right before this entire fiasco blows up that makes the police come over. Remember Chris Tenerife? Nothing would have happened in front of Papagayo's. That's where the taxis are. That's where the police are. Everybody would have known about it. They did. It made the news. Oh, yeah. There's even police reports. I don't have them, but I know they exist because reporters said the police even collected the CCTV. And then none of the kids want to show their face. Why? Did they get popped? Then we got the beach footage. Nobody knew who the hell Quack Quack was. Let me go get my boy Quack Quack. You know who that'd be? That'd be Brandon. Brandon, coming to get Quack Quack, who's going to collect these little bratty kids and take them all out of the city, back up into the mountains where they can figure their shit out and get their stories clean. Because now they got no Jay and they don't know what the hell to do. What are they going to tell the parents? What in the hell are they going to tell anyone? The only thing they have is Jay's phone. And that's probably because Brad pulled it out, in my opinion, right there at Papagayo's. You see him. He doesn't just reach in the bag. Brad goes up to the elbow. That's to the bottom of the bag to get something. You're retrieving something when you go to the bottom of the bag. When you're putting something in, you just need to get to the lip, and it's a wrist action. Put it in your purse, drop it, right? But no, Brad's up to his elbow getting something. And then you have Lucy flashing that phone, or whoever she is, Ava or whatever. You have the girl flashing the phone in front of the guy's eyes that just got done saying, I want it back, I want it effing back. She's showing him something on the phone. And all hell breaks loose, right? That all happened on Sunday because I believe that this watch came up missing at the Hard Rock Cafe back on Swimming Day. That's just my humble opinion. I believe it got sold that night. And I think Ab took Jay to a place where he could sell it. And I think it got all effed up on Sunday night when they got caught by the person that finally sees them again. I want it back, right? I mean, I was waiting for him to go, I know you took it. We never heard that part. And after that's when all this hell breaks loose. So, I mean, it just seems, now I see Jay with the watch on, I'm like, well, I can't take the possibility away that Jay stole a watch. And it could have happened that day. What's he mean by that? Watching you? I'm watching you? I don't know. Hey, Zozo. Hey, Kelv. Fearless Britannia, good to see you. Debbie Gazzardo, Rach. Audrey H., you agree with everything I'm saying. It just added up, you guys. Everything starts falling in place. Like all hell breaks loose at Papagayo on Sunday night, right? All of a sudden the kids are screaming at the beach, let me go get my boy Quack Quack. That's Brandon, who most likely hooked up with Rocky. And Rocky come running up to Ab. We gotta go now, bro. Boom. They're getting them kids out of town. Because the Pink Panther, he has little groups, right? The Burnley group, this little group, that little group that do all kinds of little things. But if they get in trouble, he's going to skirt them under his little skirt, right? Nobody going up to that place to sleep in that little Airbnb with no running hot water, no air conditioning. Nah, no. That's hideout. That was Ophelia's shop, most likely, and they moved all that crap down there into the little tea hut so that they could make a place for these guys to sit, like on stools and shit. That was all that noise, is them moving that shit around in there, making room for people to be able to sit down in there and figure out what the hell to get their story straight, because they're all in panic. Now we got to get this to look like an Airbnb if we're going to pass this off that Jay slept here. So I know, let's call a fumigator because there's probably some rats in here. And let's put, a couple things in here. I know I can bring up some of my stuff and make it look really cute. Where are we going to get a bed from? A couple beds. I know, paint the steps too. And who are they all protecting? The VIP from the very damn beginning, who's got everybody on payroll, because he has to take it serious if his venues are being stopped. His source of a weed cafe got crushed. That's hitting home. All right. Yeah, Jay could have been hurt on the beach. He could have been taken to the beach and everybody went there and there was a fight club, right? A put 'em up club. But somebody brought a knife to a fist fight and it went, wrong. And it's so easy to that main artery in the thigh, it'll kill you. It's a killer. And so if it's in the leg, he got cut by a cactus, right? And thought he was going to die. It's just wild to me. It truly is that I didn't see this for what it's worth. It wasn't that the VIP ever did anything to Jay. It was that the VIP was the buyer of the stolen item. And I believe that brought a lot of questions in his direction. He'd already been in for a while, didn't want to go back, didn't want to be involved in this. But why else would Jay Slater, just a normal 19-year-old, have become so famous? Because there was hundreds of little TikToks all about music, right? It was all about the music industry from the get-go. NRG Festival. Music. That tells me all I need to know. Now, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not saying anybody did anything. But that would explain a lot. And the real bad guys are some Eastern European guys that may have been bodyguards for somebody very important. So, Ocean Deep says, it's good to have a break. It really helps. And you figure things out, in my opinion. Let the dust settle. It was me watching this little shite show. Tuning in and them making fun of me and carrying on. I was like, you ain't triggering me. I don't give a shit. Y'all don't matter. I'm wondering who's paying your bill to waste a lot of time online and act like idiots. Who's wiping your ass for you that you want to get out here and show your shit? Because ain't nobody as an adult, no one as an adult is going to get on and act like that unless that's their job. We've all been wondering, how come these searchers don't just act like everybody else? Like down the rapids, it's like, I don't really want to talk about conspiracy theory. I don't know, but I can tell you what happened while I was there. He keeps it right to his shit. He never speculates or anything, because to me, he's just a low-level searcher that probably got told to be quiet and got scared, and he did. But then you got this other dude that goes out for the moment, like to really show off and film it and become a rock star. Right? Something changed his mind. He was all like, his phone didn't get up there by him. Somebody whipped that phone up there in them weeds, right? Bald head shining in the sun. Then he gets off camera. He's gone for a couple days. He comes back in. Jay walked off the cliff. I think he was looking for food. He went out that way. Money makes you change your mind, especially if it's a lot. And I believe at that moment, there were some offerings, some little nudges in the right direction by some VIPs to just get him found, get it figured out, wherever he is. See, that makes sense then, because these people that are being paid by the VIP had nothing to do with Jay's demise. They only had to do with protecting the VIP. That it never went to his weed shop, that he didn't buy a watch, that there wasn't a watch. What watch? Did you see a watch? What kind of watch? What color was the watch, right? Make it sound like a wild speculation. But no, Jay's wearing a watch. He didn't have a watch. He now has a watch. Of course he's got two phones. One's at home, the family relinquished, because he got a new iPhone before he went to Tenerife. The iPhone's what's out there. All right, maybe they have it. I don't know. But now think about it. These little people over here working for the VIP don't know shit about how Jay really got there. They just need it to shut down, because then the VIP is safe. So they don't want you to conspiracy think. They don't want you to think outside the box. They want you to let Jay rest so they can move on with it, because really they had nothing to do with it anyway other than buying the damn watch. But will the police see it that way? Would it bring questions about why you buying stolen watches? Oh, you got all these videos of all these watches and these guys, and now these watches got boxes. Hey, yeah, how come you had all those cell phones in your weed shop when it got busted? Oh, let's dig really deep. And the next thing you know, beep, 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 is going to be rapping behind the bars. And so it's all got to be shut down. So keep in mind, when you're over here watching this little shite show, they have no knowledge, because the real guys that did this shit are much worse and probably Moroccan. Yeah. You feel me? And they ain't paying attention to nobody. They simply got their money back by tricking the family to say, we'll release him when you pay what we said he owes, his debt. They paid the debt somehow. They were told where to find Jay. And unfortunately, what they found was remains. That's my theory. So I don't know. Bespoke says, in my opinion, I don't think there will be justice for Jay unless Jay so-called friends tell the truth, and I don't think they will, because they are being silenced by higher people. And I think they're all part of the Pink Panther shit show. So they can't bring light into it, because it'll lead right up to the Pink Panther. I don't care if the debt came from the UK. I'm saying, in my opinion, Jay took the watch in order to have more money because he wanted to sell it. But I think it was well before that night. I think Jay was in that picture with Ayub heading to sell the watch right then. Whether it's at the AU or wherever, I couldn't tell you, but one of those places. Ayub's got the connection. We know who likes watches, who's obsessed with watches, that sells watches without the boxes, whose weed shop was shut down, whose venues were closed and crushed. I'm not making none of that up. I'm just saying what all happened. Is it coincidence? I doubt it. But how are they going to catch the Moroccan that really did it? And this rapper really didn't do anything to Jay. Nothing. So that's the crux of this entire thing, is that if they were all just honest, we would have known. It explains Mark rambling on about, it took me into the underworld. I felt like I was wearing dirty underwear, and Jay was afraid for his life. Yes. It makes sense that there is this inner working network of friends involved that didn't want if the public knew, it might, make them in bad eyes. Yeah, if you're all little thieves, pickpockets, sure. And what is Tenerife known for? Pickpocket haven. So, I don't know. It's just my thoughts. I'm not going to cover the how do I want to say it? I'm not going to cover the shit show and be like, look what they said on TikTok. I don't care. I'm not going to give them airtime. But I do really believe that there is a lot more to why they're still in the picture. And now we got this grandma-looking lady. To me, I keep thinking that her face emoji is going to come off, and we're going to see Rach sitting there. That's not her aunt. That's her grandma. What do you mean aunt? Somebody's like, that's Brad's aunt. Oh, please. She's like 89. And she's insane. She's like, Ayub. And I'm like, shut up. What is wrong with you, lady? Like, mental. It's like a paid crisis actor. I'm just saying, it's all of that is to keep you off the real path. And now we've got this video with Jay, and that watch is way too big. Sharon was kicking off on TikTok today. Who cares? She's nothing. The beach had it, and then they were all like, Mama, we got rid of Mama G. Really? My channel's been doing better than ever. How'd you get rid of me? Just because I won't talk about you? You think I'm going to? You're a waste of breath. That's right. They're taking you away from Papagayos. Remember, what really happened was there was a fight that night. It's in the papers. It was reported on. The reporters tell you. They outright tell you the police were getting the CCTV from that fight over a stolen watch. So try to stay focused on things like that. Now, I'm not going to come on here every day and be like, let's see what we can find to talk about. That's not what I'm doing. I have a lot of cases I work in depth. I focus when there's information available that's worth your time. That's the only time I'm going to be on here talking about Jay, is when I feel that it's something I need to share that's newsworthy. I'm not going to give airtime to a bunch of geeks and freaks. I'm not going to do it. Ocean Deep, Jay was filming this watch while Brad was outside. It was a video to show the watch, in my opinion. Absolutely. Yeah, just don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Hey, Julianne. Hi, David Matheson. Allison, Ocean Deep, Teresa, Fearless Brittany, Liz V. Good to see you all. So Liz V says, let's get her up here. Chat is flying, so forgive me if I don't catch it all. So that date on Cole's Place has been edited of the fight with all the characters. Could be. Could be. At this point, I don't know. So, poll time. All right. Are they saying you may not have known what this was about in the beginning, but it's actually very amazing. It says, are they sucking you into their show, or are you seeing the show is really on stage? Okay? I don't know if you followed me on talking about the VIP. Here we go. Versus the idiot crew. So, yes, 45% are being sucked into the show that they've been showing. That's absurd. No, 55%. I'm just going to assume that you're awake now, because I really don't think Chris or Lucky have anything to offer at all. They don't. I believe that what happened on the beach, and I believe that they turned him in. They were like, I think that they had all of them, and they were like, all right, somebody better hand over the watch. Well, the watch was sold. In my opinion, the watch was already sold by then on that beach. damage done. And I think they were reassured they wouldn't get stabbed or hurt if they just said, who's the one? And they probably took 2 of them. And that's why Rach had to pay whatever, and then all of a sudden, things got way out of hand with the other one, right? With Jay. The news got into it. All of a sudden, he became a liability. No, ma'am, I have not. Too cool to drool. I do not watch, I don't think I have. I never know. If it says Jay Slater, I might click on it, but if it doesn't hold my attention, I get off of it pretty quick. Paula Smith can't recall if Tom H. made the call to Jay's back to the parents where it was in the timeline. I have no idea. Right, Lizzie V, so they really were the cleanup crew. That's what I believe. Kelv, I don't know if the beach footage is real or not. I'm saying, in my opinion, nobody knew at that time that his name was Quack Quack. He answers to it. Even Central Podcast guy called him Quack Quack, and he answered to it. That's his name. So you hear, let me go get my boy Quack Quack, and then Ayub ends up with Jay and Masca, or does he end up with the Brady Bunch, right? The Burley Bunch up there in Masca. So I'm pretty sure that whoever went to get Ayub actually found Rocky first and knew that they were together. And that's why Rocky come running up. Let's go. We got to go. We got to go. I'm tired. Oh, we got to go now. To get that Brady Bunch crew up to Masca for hideout to get the game story together. I don't know who Nero is, sweetheart. Niro. I don't know that name. It is confusing. Nero's a new character unlocked. Oh, is it a OK Joe? Well, think about this. There's this little bird that every time I go out to the gravel pit to take the dogs out running, right? This little bird has some thing that they want to protect over here in a nest, right? And so they'll run a different direction, and they'll be like, quack, 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 because that's the distractor, the protector, by saying, look over here, look over here. I'm the decoy, but you don't know it. That way, this is protected back here. So quack, quack is also the one that gets the attention, and that way people can move silently in the background, and it's all, look at me. Hey, I'll make some music videos. This your mama? Totally mad. All I need to do is entertain you, and I'm going to get money. Because all I am is a big distraction. It's a mad dude, totally mad. I can say whatever I want. But I can't talk about that phone. You see? It's that baby face that's got your attention. And that's the idea. So that other people can move quietly in the background, right? They think. But yet, they aren't enjoying life. They ain't living the best life when their shows are being shut down, when their clubs are being shut down, when their little secret societies are shut down, their little secret club ain't no so secret, because the cops come in and was like, no. Yeah, that's Ayub's job, to create mystery, so that when he comes back on, you're all over here again. No, he didn't have a key. Couldn't get back in his rooms. Oh, his friends all left him. Yeah, well, I don't know. He just was like, can I stay with you lot? See what I'm saying? A big circle jerk to keep you coming back around to grab that carrot. It's kind of like we're in a race, but somebody's got that carrot on a fishing pole and they're reeling it in. And are you following that shite? Because the real story's going on behind the scenes. Yeah, it's a distraction lately for everything that's happened in the world. True. Hey, Cordster, good to see ya. Hey, Mark, how are you? All right, my lovely Luz, this is about where I'm leaving. I just wanted to, like I said, come on, and I haven't been... Y'all, if you thought that I could be bought out for that documentary, shame on you. There ain't no price. They could literally come to me and be like, $5 million, and you be in the documentary. And I literally would say, no. Because I have morals, I have standards. And the only way I would be in that documentary is if I was doing just what I am now. And they ain't going to want this in that documentary. They don't want a piece of this, do they? So be fearless, don't give up, and you never know who's watching. Thank you, Joan Bell Stevens, Bespoke, Kathleen, Kev, Marley, Zoe, Laura, Rach, Kaz, Lizzie B, good to see ya. Love you guys. Are you okay? You're fine?
I am fine.
That was the loudest thud. I felt like I was in the Sebastian Rogers case. He says he's fine, but I'm going to go look and see what got